Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Simuleo. So, today is going to be an absolutely fantastic day. I'm like, 20% sure. That's pretty good in my book. So, what are we doing today? Well, okay. Remember how yesterday I said, I don't know, maybe we can actually move on to an algorithm today. Well, that might or might not happen. So, what happened was we were talking about it, and, algorithm archive, that's kind of what we're working on, all this kind of thing. We thought maybe the default language should be a little bit easier to follow than C# or C++ or something like that. So I decided, hey, I've already got the Julia code for most of the algorithms up, so why not just use Julia as the default language for now? And that will be that. So actually, we have more to do with the algorithm archive. I'm kind of sorry. I know I kind of alluded to starting with something else today, but I want to take a step back, put Julia into all the code, and then kind of go from there. So TT designator, JSPP, thank you guys so much for coming in. By the way, TT designator, I've been trying to. What is up with you and cats? You seem to really love cats. And that's fine, nothing wrong with cats. I'm just curious, making sure you were okay, psychologically. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do CD projects. Oh, 1 second, I'm gonna have to move this back here. Yep, that works, okay. Algorithm archive, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday, which was git pull origin master, make sure I have it. And 1 second. Your local. Okay, let's remove the book.json because screw it. I am a barbarian. Get pull origin master. When you were born, you fell into a cauldron of cats. Don't forget Gathros. Yep. Yeah, I have the chat up over here, Gathros. That said, I mean, it's kind of a weird solution to have the Discord chat up on one screen and then the Twitch chat up on this screen, but I guess it's probably okay. That way, I'm almost sure not to miss something from people who put things in both chats. You know what I mean? So maybe that's okay. Okay, so we did after the stream yesterday. JSPP made a lot of changes to make it so that the headers of the different languages would be appropriately capitalized, basically. So like they would look better. So now if we do git book serve, there we go. We of course get our good old-fashioned git book server, which will allow us to take a look at the algorithm archive on our local machine. Give it just a second. We're almost there. There we go. Open link. Oh, nope. There we go. Okay, so then we pop this over here, and we go to, let's see, what do we do? Literally anything we put in yesterday, so let's do tree traversal. And now Python 2 and Python 3 are not all capitalized, neither is Scratch. And there you go, it is basically done. So, what are we doing today? Today I just wanted to go through, implement the Julia version of basically all this stuff. We have it mostly done anyway, so it shouldn't take too long, but it will probably take a while. So again, it's going to be another one of those days where we just kind of hang out, chat, do some stuff, the usual. And then we go from there. So let me get some water real quick. Okay, then we can get started. Wait. Writing a scathing Reddit post will probably speed things up. Oh, Twitch support. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what are we going to do then? I think we can just go ahead and get started on it. So I'm going to pop over here. I'm going to open up a new terminal. Go in here. By the way, I have to ask. I'm really sorry. I genuinely don't know. What is OCaml used for? OCaml. Because I got another submission in OCaml, and I didn't think it was used very frequently, but apparently it is. So I'm not quite sure what it is used for. Is it a web language, or I just don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and CD into projects, algorithm archive over here, and CD into projects, algorithm archive Over there. Well, yeah, of course it reminds you of camels because it says camel basically in the name. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. We got this. OCaml. Let me see. OCaml is an industrial strength programming language supporting functional imperative object-oriented styles. That doesn't help me. I want to find projects written in OCaml. General purpose, OCaml, originated by object, named Objective Camel. Obviously its logo is a camel. Is a main implementation of the programming language CAML created by Xavier Leroy. Okay, that helps me. OCaml's toolset includes an interactive interpreter, a bytecode compiler. Come on, just tell me. Derivative language software written in OCaml. There we go. Mirage OS, hack. FFTW, really? Software for computing Fourier transforms. Several C routines have been generated by an OCaml program named GenFFT. No way. No way FFTW is written in OCaml. How would I have not known that? Fastest Fourier transform in the West. Software library for computing discrete Fourier transforms, DFTs. FFTW is licensed under the new general public license. It is also licensed commercially for cost of $12.50 by MIT. And is used in commercial MATLAB matrix package for calculating FFTs. FFTW is written in the C language, but Fortran and Ada interfaces exist, as well as interfaces for a few other languages. The Julia-based library includes an interface to FFTW by default. Fair enough. The language itself is C. The code is actually generated for a program called GenFFT, which is written in OCaml. What? What does that mean? By default. Well, the library itself is in C. It's actually generated from a program called GenFFT. Okay, fine. Fair enough. That's super interesting. I had no idea that this is used for such a high profile, like everyone uses FFTW. It's like the language to use. So, I guess you learn something new every day. Okay. Well, that was my new thing to learn today. So that's it for today's episode. I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Simuleos when we learn something else new. Basically, all we're going to do from now on is just read a little bit of Wikipedia for about 5 minutes, and that will be the stream. I thought it was written by humans. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's do CD. Oh, I don't know. Which chapter should we start with? We have a lot of chapters to go through, I guess. So, okay. CATT designator. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna do any chapter. CD chapters, LS, CD fundamental algorithms, func. That was not what I meant to do. Fundamental algorithms, LS. Euclidean algorithm, sorting and searching, tree traversal. Let's go to tree traversal first, because that's gonna be the hardest one to do. Tree traversal. There we go. Quick LS here. And I guess what I want to do is go into wait. That was I meant to do LS or CD into that. CD tree traversal. And then code. And then LS here. Make directory Julia. CD Julia. Move. Pseudocode. We could have the pseudocode as the general language. These streams are so efficient. Hey, that's the point, you know? You make a stream shorter than your YouTube video, and that's usually pretty good. All we see is Leo's marking things down. Yeah. By the way, yesterday, I didn't tell you guys, obviously, on the Discord chat or anything about this because it wasn't that big of a deal. But I was riding my bike yesterday, and I ran into a car. It wasn't really I ran into the car, we kind of ran into each other, but to be fair, the car did everything they could to move out of the way, I did everything I could to move out of the way. It was one of those things where we were both blindsided by each other, so there wasn't really anything we could do. But yeah, afterwards, I had like a scrape on my leg or something like that, but that was basically it. And then the car, she has PP because of Markdown, But yeah, so the car had its rear view mirror knocked off. It's one of its side mirrors knocked off. But there wasn't a scratch on me or my bike, so I posted on Twitter, does that make me stronger than the car? You know, probably. To run into is well, yeah, I ran into it on a bike, so I biked into a car, kind of. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but it was kind of one of those weird things. I don't really like biking on these kind of windy roads that are hard to see. That are hard to see what's going on. Fled from Nowhere. Yeah, I plan to stream as frequently as possible. By the way, Fled from Nowhere, on the Discord chat, I realized, I went to the general chat and I realized that you were not a part of the Simuleo side chat. So I added you to that chat. I hope that's okay with you. Because, you know, you're part of the community and I thought it'd be great to have you hang out with people. Okay. So we're gonna move code, I guess it's tree to tree.jl because they're quite similar. I can just kind of copy one. So let's go into vi tree.jl. Okay, and let's go ahead and fix this up. So we need to change that to this. And go over here, children as a vector of int 64. There we go. Next, down here, remove that, and I think for child and child works. Let's try it out real quick. Julia. Let's see. Simulus, I didn't even know that existed. I'll just go and check it out right now. Right, I was meaning to ask, what do you think about making the Simulus channel just open to the public? It's basically a Simulus Discord. Fast and Furious, Okinawa Drift. Yeah, I was drifting on my bike. Yeah, okay. So I don't mind making the Simulus channel public. I don't mind it at all. However, I would like to note that this Discord was not originally intended to be a Simuleos Discord, right? It was originally intended to be a Twitch Discord, Twitch programming Discord. Now, granted, I don't know, in terms of people who are like online and who chat most frequently, I mean, I'm mostly just in the Simuleos chat. That's what I use for the most part. There's a whole bunch of other stuff there, though, that could be very useful. So, I don't mind making it public. I also don't mind making the other channels public. So, yeah, Fled from Nowhere, that is the special chat. If you speak in that chat, I will probably see you. If you speak in this chat, I'll probably see you, so that's okay. By the way, I should probably specify when people say things on Discord and when people say things on this chat. Now that we have two chats, it's getting kind of confusing. Okay, so I think this should be okay, but let me check something real quick. So we're going to do x is going to be equal to, let's just do 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to say for I in x, print line x, and that's obviously incorrect. Let's do I. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You and Happy Little Rats are the only two people who are still active. Yeah, about that. That's what I was thinking. We have two routes here. One, we could just take the Discord, make it specifically for me and Happy Little Rat, you know, just and a few other close-knit Twitch streamers. And I don't mind that. But we could also do it the other way and just aggressively start like asking other streamers to come on, you know? And then we'd have more streamers in the chat and potentially more discussion, you know? There was some discussion by a whole bunch of people a while ago. Oh yeah, please, make it public. I don't mind actually having all the streamers chat public. I think that's fine. That'll be the only time I've talked on Discord while you're streaming. Well, when you're streaming, I'll only talk here. That's fine. I actually appreciate that because it's easier for me to read that chat. Yep. Okay. So what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, obviously that for loop works. Just had to check. Function. Let's move on to the next bit. and I don't think I need parentheses around here. I think that's okay. Yeah, I don't. Yep. There, end. There. Oh, that's not an end. dd. And down here. And I think honestly, these are like the only changes I need to make. So I think that's okay. The thing is that the other streamers already have Discord servers and already tried it, didn't work. Ah, I see. Well, we can specifically make a Simuleos Discord. if this is easier for everyone. But then that's going to kill this Twitch programming Discord, I think. Because if we're the only ones that are discussing on the Twitch programming Discord, then there isn't really a reason to have both the Twitch programming and the Simuleos Discord. You know what I mean? No, I don't mind having a specific Discord. I mean, Happy Little Rat has his own Discord and all that kind of stuff. But I guess we need to figure out like what the point is of the Discord server if we want like all of the Twitch programmers. Which, by the way, I want to check right now who's all programming on Twitch right now. Let me go over here and let's just try. I don't know. Maybe if I go here and then I go, there has to be a way to browse communities, right? Yep, here we go. Programming should be. How is programming not the top community? Jeez, that's crazy. Wow, it's super far down. Wait a minute. Let me take a look at these communities versus the games. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just checking something. I just renamed this one. Yeah, we could potentially do that. Don't Starve Together. Wow, Don't Starve Together is doing quite well. Huh. Okay. Let me see. I'm just scrolling down. So let's say 350 down here, okay? So it took a little while to get down there. Then we go to communities. I'm sorry, this isn't an exact science. I'm just... Wow. That is crazy. Okay, in order to get down to the same number of viewers in the community, right? You have to scroll way, way farther down than if you just do the... So let's see, this is... I don't know, I don't have an exact measure here, but this is quite far down, right? So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, so that's 35 rows down. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm kind of checking the decay rate. 1 second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, chotomate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, somewhere around this range. Okay, so in order to get down, okay, so basically the decay rate of, let me plot what I was just trying to figure out. So what did I say? This was 24 versus 35, right? Something like that. Okay, so let's plot this out. So x zernal, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. This is super interesting. I don't know why, but I find this really interesting. Okay, so we have shoot, let me just try this again. Okay, zernal. Okay, so we're gonna say, let's say this is 24, and this is 30. Wait, what was the other one? 34? Something like this. Okay, so let's plot these in two different ways. So this will be games. The initial population of games is way higher, but it decays way faster than for the communities. Meanwhile, the community starts kind of lower, but it decays way slower. Something like this, right? Okay, so here's my point. Okay, if you're going to find a community on Twitch, it's actually very difficult. If you're going to find a game on Twitch, you know what game you're going to look for. Okay, sorry, let me, I just renamed, I'm programming right now, but not on Twitch. Most people don't program on Twitch. The only people on Discord are from Simuleos. Control F, always finding the position and program on the page. I would just use the search bar. James training Japanese. Chotomate. But like, you could have used Control F anyway to find the position. Function graphs. Here was my point. Okay, I'm sorry. I realized I didn't describe this at all. I just kind of did it. I apologize for that. And it took like 3 minutes because I was very, very bad at counting. But here's my point. And also let me write communities here. Okay, so what does this mean? Back when programming was on a game, right? This meant programming having, 100 or so viewers actually meant a lot because you could find it relatively straightforwardly, and because it was like the only game out there that didn't really have like a logo and it said kind of programming. It was kind of easy to find, you know? But now my argument is that putting programming with the communities actually makes the communities harder to find. Like putting any community, is harder to find than a game. That's my argument here. So, your Weepanese pronunciation is on point. I mean, I live in Japan, right? So in principle, it should be like perfect, but it's not. So that's something I just realized. I find it really weird that the game activity decays faster than the community activity. I thought there'd be fewer communities and thus you'd have kind of a faster decay rate just because of like some sort of discretization, but it seems like it's the other way around, which is still odd to me. Hey Thornforge, thanks for coming in. I apologize, this was kind of just a really stupid thing for me. I don't know why I did it. What I'm doing, I'm popping General over there. Let's actually get some stuff done today. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, as far as the Discord's concerned, you feel free to do whatever you want. If you guys want to turn it into a Simulio specific Discord, I really don't mind. I think that's fine. I think we could do it that way. But I feel a little bit bad because they actually had a featured community thing. Oh, did they? Let me see. Communities here. Create a community. Yeah, I don't know. Why do they have a Dota 2 community? They have a Dota 2 game. Wait a minute. Cats only. TT Designator would love this one. France. Domingo speedrunning. I mean, yeah, these are fine. But League of Legends, why do they have a League of Legends community when they have, and a PUBG, I think that's a game. Competitive Overwatch? Okay, fine, it's competitive. Fair enough. It's weird that they have games on the communities. Is that not weird, or is that just me? I think that's a little bit weird. Okay, so let me just do, I don't know, we'll just do programming. And then there should be a programming community here. See, there's 272 viewers. That's basically the same location that we were at a second ago, right? 350 was the number we got to. So it decays down, but we are like 50th on the list. Meanwhile, we would be like 30th on the list of games or something like that. It doesn't really matter that much. It is what it is. But yeah, what I was gonna say is we have all of these guys doing programming, except these guys who don't seem to be doing programming. Maybe those guys all look like they're playing one of those video games. But everyone else seems to be doing programming. Well, he's doing League of Legends, I guess. Grand Theft Auto. I mean, why do we have people not? Oh, I know what they did. So these people probably have, how do I put this? They probably have, like, automatically put programming on their list of communities, and they forgot to change it before playing a video game, which is kind of a bit frustrating, but that's okay. My point is there's a lot of new people doing programming out there that we don't have a part of the Twitch programming community. And I was kind of curious if you guys thought it would be better to add these in. To be fair, there are some people who do programming but than Switch. Yeah, that's also true. I think the game communities are used by people that play that one game alone, and then forget to update. Yeah, I think that's right, Gastron. Yeah, okay. I mean, point is, there are some other people that I just haven't really checked out recently, in terms of programming recently. So maybe we should do what we can to just grow this community too. I think that'd be nice. I mean, I think that's a good option. I'd love to help grow the Twitch programming community because I think it's a good community. But I just don't know the best way to get that done. And I don't know if the Discord helps with that or hurts with that. So that was my point. It's just a shame if it just turns Simulio specific. On the other hand, I might be needing a Simulio specific Discord because my community is growing kind of larger. And I would love to start, how do I put this, advertising the Discord on YouTube and stuff. That would be absolutely fantastic if I could start doing that, which I haven't really been doing. I mean, it's in like chat section or the comment section of YouTube. So I think in principle, I could start using it for that purpose, but it's not quite. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to do stacks and queues in Julia. Okay, so let's get through this. Is Simulio specific already? Yeah, maybe. But that's what I'm saying. It has the potential here not to be Simulio specific. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So down here we have to do n, which is of type node. 1 second. Node. There. And then down here, same thing. Node. There we go. Now what's the next one? Post order child, print n, node n. Again, same thing down here. Node. And what else do we have? N children, print n ID. Then we do node n down here. Oops, sorry about that. One of these days we will get, I will have the ability to actually type correctly. Come on, node. There we go. No, I can't do it. I just can't. I can actually give me an admin and change the name. Yeah, maybe we should do that. I just, I don't know. Like, I don't mean to get all sentimental. For some reason, I always get sentimental on streams. But, yeah, that is also true, JSPP. I think we need to ask in general, see what people say, and just give people a chance to talk it out. But I don't mind making the Simuleos chat public. I think that's probably a good way to do it. I guess actually you're right. I'm looking at the stream chats right now, and I think we only have Happy Little Rat and Simuleos on the stream chats, right? Am I incorrect about that? And I don't think the Happy Little Rat one... I mean, it's used regularly enough. Yeah, fair enough. But what happened to the other ones? Like, there were a whole bunch of other streamers at some point there, I thought. Like, we had, yeah, we had a few others, I thought. But I guess they quit, they left the Discord, I guess? Man, I am so out of it. Oh, Gustorn, cleaned it up yesterday. I see. Okay, fair enough. I misspelled stack. Okay. Let me do Stacks and Julia real quick. Julia, there we go. So it's going to be in datastructures.jl, I guess. I'm looking for stack and queue. Great, that's what I need. So I should just be able to do, let's see, Julia. I think, what is it using? Data structures. Dang it, what is it? Dang it, what is the import? Is it import data structure? Using import? Maybe? Import? Nope. Lowercase I? Package.add, package. Man, what is it? Package. Cannot for the life of me remember Julia's syntax right now. Let me just open up a new terminal. CD project Simuleos ls real quick. CD into anything that we use Julia for. We used it a lot. So how about split op. Yep, there we go. ls vi split op.jl using pyplot. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks, Gustorn. They quit Discord. And the ones that's still here has his own Discord. That is also true. Just pop up here, say, using data structures. Come on. There we go, data structures. And then I just want to say, I don't know, I'm not really sure how this works, so we're just going to say x is going to be equal to stack of something like this, maybe? Nope, that didn't work. Stack. Okay, data structure stack. So if we do x dot push, I guess it's going to be push. X5, 2, something like this. to X. Ah, dang it, I'm gonna have to look this up. Documentation here. Yeah, it has a tree, but it's kind of a weird tree. I've always had to build it myself every time I use it. I wasn't able to quite use the one that was built in. So let's take a look at stacks. Stacks and queues. Okay, push. Isn't that what I just did? Oh, maybe I didn't specify it was an int. So let's do X equals stack of int. Okay. Wait, what is X? X equals top, push S. S is equal stack of int. Okay, push S, top, pop. Yeah, that's fair enough. For this one, yeah. So, let me think. We could try the inbuilt tree data structure. But I've always had trouble using that one. Maybe they changed it. If they changed it recently, maybe it's okay. Let me see. We should just add a .py to the pseudocode files, and we have them working. Wait, no, that's not true. I mean, I was thinking about. Okay, so here's the thing. Currently, as we have it set, let me see. The pseudocode is pretty much Julia code, just a little bit easier to read. So let me see. What do we have? Mathematical convolutions. So like if we go to bubble sort, yeah, we have pseudocode there. It's basically just Julia code. I just ignore some things with it. So let me see. What do we do for any of the other ones? I mean, I guess if we go to tree traversal here, what's top in a stack? Top should be, it's first in, first out for a stack. So the top is going to just look at the top element. Pop is going to get rid of the first element. I'm sorry. So top will look at the last element you put in. Pop will pull out the last element you looked in. Yeah, exactly that. Okay, so recursive down here. Yeah, so my point was, if we look at the code down here, I mean, again, this is basically just the pseudocode. So it's like function depth first search in order binary tree. Again, this will probably be fixed later, or we'll probably update this later when we update this whole chapter, but that'll come in the future. Then I just say like size of n children greater than 2, print not binary tree, size n children. Basically, here's what I did. The difference between this code and Julia code is the fact that I changed how this is done. So when we are initializing variables, it's a little bit easier because rather than doing the n, n node, we do node n, which looks easier. And I changed the statements here so that instead of having the an end statement, we have brackets, because brackets to me just are a little bit easier to follow than the end statements, because the end statements add just more text and it's harder to see where everything ends, Ironically enough, I know end is supposed to be clear and it's supposed to say, this totally ends this statement, and that's fine. But at least for me, when I look at an end statement, it just adds more text and it's hard to see exactly. I mean, so here's my point. So if we see this, right, that's kind of clear. I mean, the brackets aren't really necessary. If we go to bubble sort and we look at pseudocode, all of these ends here kind of make it look like maybe there's supposed to be code there, but there isn't really code there. So I kind of went back and forth here, and I was like, it's probably fine to just put the brackets in because that makes it just a little bit easier to read. But outside of that, like that was really the only change. Those were really the only changes I made to the Julia code. I made it. It's basically the same as Julia code outside of that. So that was why I was thinking, okay, I don't know the best code to have as the default language, That's kind of what we're trying to figure out. Should we have it be the pseudocode that we've kind of been writing, or should we have it be Julia code? On the one hand, I think Julia code is probably one of the easier languages to read. That or Python. Either one of them are probably easy enough to read. Sometimes people play some tricks with Python 3, which make it a little bit hard. Is this Python 3? No, wait, no, that's not right. Oh, okay, they probably just didn't implement. 1 second. Yeah, down here is the Python 3. Okay, fine, fair enough. So the Python is probably easy enough. But then Python does this stupid thing, like def in itself, you know? It's got some stupid things in there. I mean, all the languages are going to have some stupid things in there. Let me see down here. Like, no matter what we do, there's always going to be something stupid in the code that makes it hard to read, you know? Like, this is a pain in the butt. Then all the facts, like when we're grabbing things from a library, the fact that we have to do like numpy.py and this kind of stuff is a pain in the butt. Also, this is a strange clash of worlds. Going by your name, you watch the only other Twitch streamer I still watch. Yeah, or more accurately listen to during commutes. Yeah, Thornforge has been here actually a long time though. The whole init main X is pretty dumb. Yeah, Python is quite problematic. Pass by reference to value, no information hiding, etc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of weird things about Python that make me not want to make it the default language. However, there are weird things about Julia too. You know, this thing, this push SX, that's really hard to understand. The how do I put this? The variable declarations here with the two colons. I find that kind of hard to read too. And there's certain things in here that I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure the best way to put it. However, the pseudocode that I have been writing isn't really pseudocode. It's just clean. It's just you take code from other languages and then you remove all the stuff to make it annoying, and then there you go. You have the code that looks and feels clean to me. So it's not really pseudocode. It's more like clear code. Also, I find that confusing I1 to N in Julia. I mean, why is I after the assignment? Wait, what do you mean? I find I equals 1 and minus 1. I didn't realize that could be confusing, but yeah, I can understand it now. Is it an array? No, it's so it's a list, right? So you're iterating through the list. You're saying that I goes through goes through the values of 1 and then N to 1. Because this, if I do 1 to 5, this is actually a range. So if I say, let's say x is equal to 1 to 5, and then I say x of 2, we should get 2 back, you know? So I basically made x a range from 1 to 5, and then I went through the range. Returning competitor to famous esports tournament, Champions of Fire. Only the best of the best were invited. It's basically just a range syntax. Yeah, exactly like what I said. Okay, so fine. Let's see how many people are actually watching right now. I have no idea. Let's just do this. Let me see. Apparently, no one's actually watching. According to my view statistics here, which are perfect. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2. 1. Okay, so we don't have too many people watching, I guess, which is fine. Not a big deal. I was gonna put out someone write all the algorithms in assembly. Okay, so basically, I guess because I've been chatting a lot, here's my question. So, 1 second, let me just figure this out. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that one thing that allows me to make, what are they called? Polls, straw poll. That's what I'm looking for, straw poll. There we go. So we go to straw poll. Okay, what should the default language be of AAA? Pseudocode. Let's do Julia. Python. Other. And then if we choose other, we can go through those. There's the poll. Control C. Control V. Well, not really Control V. Thornforge. 784 viewers, it says right there. I promise I won't abuse the poll again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I didn't realize you even did it last time, if I'm being totally completely honest. I have a vote, but I'm not gonna say what the vote is. Okay, so let's see. So it looks like we only have 2 votes right now. That's okay. Emoji code. I'm not going to use emoji code. Gathos, did you actually get the straw poll? Oh, okay. JSBP put it on there, so that's okay. Okay, so it looks like we're split between Julia and Python. If it comes between Julia and Python, I might make an executive decision for Julia, because again, for a very math-heavy code, the Julia code's better. Other. To that person who voted other, what is the other? So it's between Python and Julia code, or Python and pseudocode. Now it's between pseudocode. Julia is the only one that's behind the times, actually, in this one, which is kind of weird to me, but that's okay. Python is just pseudocode, but it compiles. I don't think that's true. There's a lot of weird things about Python code. So, for example, I would avoid pseudocode in all situations, to be honest. I think C++ is good for algorithms, performant, and supports any code style that shows off the algorithm best and cleanest. I voted for other. Seems good. I don't know. I just don't like all three. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is figure out what this language should be, and I guess let's go ahead and have this discussion, because I think it's a discussion we need to have. So, yeah, but the thing is, the point, I just don't think, okay, I think that there is some really bad pseudocode out there. Like, for example, if you just Google pseudocode, you know, there's some really crappy pseudocode out there, and I completely agree with what you're saying. All of this it's like, it's kind of a pain. You know, we have, and you say how to write, if you write this, you know, writing pseudocode best practices. Let me see. There is, like, there's a whole bunch of different people who write different things about pseudocode, you know? Like, some people say that your pseudocode should just be comments, and I'm like, no, your pseudocode should just be readable code. You know, something like this is probably okay. Also, we have 3 to 5 CPP contributors. It gets probably the most checking and quality. Yeah, that's true, but we run into a bit of a problem. So, for example, in the FFT code over here, Julia is so much easier to read here than, for example, let's do C. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess I hadn't gone through and updated this. I thought I did. Did I not? Maybe I missed it somehow? I swear I went through and checked this. Didn't we just do this? See? Julia? Oh, maybe I didn't put the DFT in. Oh, because I bet no one else implemented the DFT. Yeah, I bet that was the case. I bet the only one that implemented I was probably the only one that implemented the DFT. Everyone else probably didn't. Okay, so we go to Julia. And let's just go down here. Julia. Okay, so to be fair, until I took a class in algorithm design, after that experience, I would always avoid pseudocode. We check 3 to 5 CPP. They put on the same line as the line of the code. That person is crazy. I mean, could be. Let's see, what do we have? It's still a tie between these guys. So, okay, let me talk about my gripe about pseudocode. Okay, quite frankly, I don't think pseudocode is bad. I think you can have some good pseudocode. I agree that this is kind of weird, and there's some weird things about the pseudocode they put down. But I don't think it's necessarily wrong to use pseudocode, especially not for this purpose. The point is to put down readable code that people can easily translate. That's what we need. Just some sort of code that makes it so people can translate it super easily into any language they want. That's the language we want as default. So people can just look at it and be like, I know how to do this. Let me do this in my language. And the problem is, you know, yeah, but to be fair, I find C# very difficult to read. I find most object-oriented languages very difficult to read. Because why the heck would you put things in an object when you could just put them in a separate function? I would just write whatever you feel is best for what you're doing, and just let others implement it as long as it's easily translatable. Yeah, that's the other option. This is something I was going to bring up. Because for a lot of... What am I looking for? For a lot of languages, for a lot of algorithms, I think maybe Julia will be best. But for other algorithms, like for example the tree traversal stuff, I genuinely think that the C++ code that was written was actually pretty easy to read. Where's tree traversal? Here. So the C++ stuff here, struct node, depth for search, you know, I find this actually the easiest of them to read. And so maybe maybe instead of choosing a specific language for the entire algorithm archive, we choose one language for each algorithm that we think is the cleanest and easiest to read. Would that be okay? What do you guys think about that one? Because, I mean, everyone knows that you can change the language to whatever language you want. So I think that's probably okay. The only problem with that is that if someone comes in and they only know Python, and Python isn't on the list, and it's not the default language, yeah, that's true too, Gustron, I agree with you. Hey, Husky, thanks for coming in. Okay, so I think I'm kind of leaning towards... Let me see. So let me take a look at the straw poll one more time. Yeah, so it doesn't look like anyone else voted. We can still define a default language in book.json. Can we define a default language for each individual chapter? Are we allowed to do that, JSPP? I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going through all of the different ideas. And I don't know this module so well, or this plugin. Again, I just... The thing is, depending on the algorithm, I'm sure that different languages will be easier to read, you know? Yeah, I mean, I think Julia is probably... Of all the languages I've run into, for me, Julia is the easiest to read. But... Yeah, that's true too. But then we're kind of gimping Julia, you know? Try reading complex lists. So the truth is, I'm not really, you know, the best Julia coder. There are people who are way better at coding in Julia than I am. And those folks will probably read the Julia and be like, oh, I can update this to make it more efficient. And when they do that, then the code is no longer super easy to read. Okay, so the problem with this is that on this straw poll, my vote was actually going to be going to Julia. So that's why this is kind of a pain, because that makes it so it's actually tied. And that's what I hate. But I think it was just me and Gustron who were going for Julia. I think no one else was really going for Julia. Okay. So I guess for now, I'll have to make the executive decision and just say we should just use Julia code for everything, which was what I was going to try to do to begin with. And then we can go from there. But that means that I have to re-implement all of the code in Julia. I think the winner here is write what you think is best and others will translate it. Yeah. Okay. So how about this? As far as the C++ code is concerned, I have made the decision that I will not write more C++ code for the example code for the algorithm archive. Reason being is we have so many people who know C++ that every single time C++ code is written, there is discussion about it. And this discussion is usually, you know, not heated, but it's just... I don't feel there's a point in having this discussion when I could implement the code in another language. Also, I like Python from my little experience. Yeah, okay. Fine. So, in general, let's read it this way. There are, in general, 6 votes against pseudocode. Definitely, because my assumption would be that everyone would choose pseudocode if they wanted pseudocode. So, that's out of the running. Well, you always have the problem of someone not knowing the default language. That being said, it's easier for them to understand some horrible algorithm in a language that they don't know, or an algorithm that can cleanly be expressed in a language that they... Wait, let me try to read this again. Well, you'll always have the problem of someone not knowing the default language. That being said, it's easier for them to understand some horrible algorithm in a language that they don't know, or an algorithm that can be cleanly expressed in a language that they don't know. Oh, is it easier for them to understand some horrible algorithm in a language that they don't know, or an algorithm that can be clearly expressed in a language they don't know? I think Julia is pretty close to Python in most regards. Yeah, it is. I missed the poll. Here, yeah, there's the poll again if you want it. Julia is basically Python, more readable keywords and cleaner math. Yeah, that's exactly my opinion there. Go ahead, vote Streamer Chaotix. We'll see. Another one for Python. Oh man. Sorry, Leos. What I was trying to tell you is that I basically voted on a bit of a whim, so just count my vote if there's a strong preference. Okay, I'm just gonna make the executive decision here. Between Python and Julia, I find Julia way easier to read than Python. Just because of a number of things, right? So like for Python, like if you're gonna do, I mean, let's just right quit here. Let's run in the Python shell. So if I want to do, let's say anything, so import numpy, let's say, right? So then we do, if we're trying to get the pi variable, it's numpy.py, right? Something like this. Oh, import numpy as np. 1 second. Now we do np.py, right? And if we do np.square root of np.py. Meanwhile, over here, we just do square root of pi. It should be correct. Yeah. Now, obviously, this didn't come from a language, but the point is, like, yeah, I just find Julia easy to read, in my opinion. It seems easier. Because like when you define a class, you don't have the weird underscore stuff. Julia just makes things easier because everything's a type. You could import star from NumPy. Import. Wait. From, let's see. Yeah, I guess you're right. We could do NumPy import star, something like that. Then I guess square root would be 5. Yeah, then it would be allowed in there. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, that's good. Yeah, but that's the thing. The dot doesn't mean it's an object-oriented language. That means you're pulling from a namespace, which I guess is kind of object-oriented in a way, but yeah, maybe it's okay. I think most people don't recommend doing against... Wait, I think most people don't recommend doing against that almost always, LOL. Sorry for my English. Basically, someone wants to learn more about an algorithm that is not available in a programming language that they're familiar with. It's probably better to write an algorithm in a language that makes sense, makes it readable and clean, than a language that has to be mangled to implement the algorithm. Yep. You need to learn a non-object-oriented programming language. You have OOP blindness. Would Chinese remainder theorem have a place in your project? Maybe? I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. Yeah, I do. It just was on the looks there. The thing I like about Julia is it makes matrix multiplications and all this kind of stuff. Like, all the linear algebra is easy in Julia. You know, it's super easy. Okay, fine. Screw it. I'm making an executive decision here. I know we had a straw poll. I know the straw poll was kind of edging for Python over Julia, but I think that's just because... King Frederick VI, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that is exactly what Gustron just said. Man, I'm gonna do Julia. I'm sorry, guys. I'm making an executive decision here. I mean, I know that I put a vote in and only one other person voted for Julia, but I'm going with Julia. It's just easier for me to read and write. And if I'm the one that's going to have to be implementing the code, I'd prefer it to be in a language that I can actually read. Hey, ABDCW, how are you? So that's what we're going to do. That's like the third executive decision you've made on this topic. Yep, that's what I did. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I absolutely hate my community. That's exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. I think it is if you're doing Julia. No, I think it's fine. I just wanted to get people's opinion. Basically, the opinion was most people are against pseudocode. That's what I wanted to know. Since most people are against pseudocode, we'll use Julia as the default language, and I just need to re-implement everything in Julia. At least it's language at 5/6 of my name. Is Julia similar to Python? Yeah, it's similar to Python. It's relatively straightforward to read and write. In fact, in my opinion, it's easier to read and write than Python, which is why we're going with it. And then we'll go from there. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let's just do it. So now we have to figure out how to use the stacks and stuff in Julia. Let's pop over here, and we're going to say, I don't know, we're going to say s is equal to stack of int. Bam. So now we have a stack. So if we do push here, oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. It's also not what I meant to do. S, and then we push on 1. Is this allowed? So if we do top stack, it's top S. Nope. Top S. There we go. And if we do pop S. Dang, that's not defined. What do we have? This is another reason. The only one I needed was removed. So stack and queue. It's pop. Obviously, it's pop with an exclamation mark. Pop, exclamation mark, S. There we go. Got it. Wonderful. Working as intended, I think. Stack. Push. Great. So then if I want to do a stack of a particular element here, so let's see, stack is going to be, it should be S equals stack of, and what do we want? We want stack of nodes, I think. Right? Yep, that's exactly what we want. So then we want to do, should be push. Yep, push. Where are we here? SN. You add the for mutating function. Go to the book.json, change the default prop tag. I don't know if you're ready. Yeah, I can do that in just a second. Let me go ahead and get this Julia code working, and then we'll go from there. What sane person doesn't put a space after the... I don't put a space after that. I'm sorry. Hey, happy little rat. How are you? What would you have been your choice? It's truly anyway. I'm sorry. Gosh, now I feel bad. I shouldn't have put it for a poll. I should not have done that. I should have just said, you know what? Screw it. We're doing our own thing. Okay, so then we want temp of node. Down here, we say temp is equal to top of S. Actually, we can probably just do pop right of S. So let's do the last push here, and then we're going to do X is going to be equal to pop of S. And then I have to do this. And X should equal 1. Great. So we're going to do pop. There. And we want to do print top S. Down here, s.pop, don't need that. For child and temp.children. Yep, that should be okay. We're going to push in a child. Awesome. Okay, getting there. Well, whatever James wants. Well, good. Python probably from that list. Linus is going to be, he's going to be a dictator in Japan. Then he'll force all the people in Japan to use Git and Linux. Actually, you know what? Nah, it's too much work. I mean, here's the thing. People keep saying, oh, you should totally do this or this or this. You know, they keep saying that you should, like, become this person. But then every time they say this, it's like, you should become, I don't know, like, this guy that does management. You know, like, they'll say, you want to be a professor. And I'm like, sure, yeah, I'd like being a professor while I'm an assistant professor or an associate professor. But once I become a full professor, and my job is no longer to do research, but to manage a research lab, I've got a feeling I wouldn't like this as much, you know? Like, there's always this level. You always get somewhere and you're like, man, I would love to be the president. But then when you think about it, if I were the president, I'd be a lot like Donald Trump in that I don't want to be president. Not in terms of policy or anything like that, but it's just not a job that I think I would enjoy, you know? One second. QN. Yep, and it should be Q of node. And node there, then temp node. That's probably not going to work. Temp equals node. Maybe? Will that work? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so then we're going to print. I think it's still going to be top for Q, right? Second Q. Oh, it's front and back. Oh, okay. Interesting. NQ. Let's do it. You should become He-Man. Wait. Clip that. How big's your Julia button? I think everyone, wait, what? Too much work. The person who is basically in the work in, what? I cannot read anything today. I'm so sorry. Too much work. The person who is basically the work in person. I think everything else you would do, you would be less work. Wow, LOL. How big's your Julia button? You should become He-Man, get ripped, walk around half naked, etc. Well, I already do part of that. Clip that, executive decisions. Why don't they do it themselves? It all becomes clear. He just did. Just did it. I would be a lot like Donald Trump. I want to be an expert in my field. That's my failing. Experts are not valued. Need to be a manager and take credits from people who do actual work to be somebody these days. Or be one of those dozen veteran experts who actually get paid well for their job. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I guess the way I see it is experts are oftentimes valued in like academia or something like this, because the more papers you publish and the higher profile those papers are, in general, the more people will appreciate your company, you know? But that's not always true, you know? That's not true for everything else. I mean, I think you're right, in industry it's completely different. And I think that's an important distinction to make. Let's see, can I find the size of a queue? Are we allowed to do that? Let me see, front back DQ. So let's see, if I do push S and I do size, is this allowed? Maybe? Size of S, length of S. There we go. Okay, so let's push something else in there. And let's do length of S. 2, fantastic. So that is working, so it's length of S. And we're gonna pop down here and do length of S, or length of Q. Okay, so we're gonna print, let's see, it's gonna be front of Q. And then down here, it's gonna be Q.front, but in this case, I want to do temp equals, it should be DQ, I guess? Yeah, DQQ. Temp equals DQ. Q, and we pop it down here, and then we do NQ. Exclamation mark, and then put a Q in here. There, something like that. Should probably work. Now let's see what happens. So now I just have to run this code, make sure it actually runs and compiles, and then we'll just put it into the algorithm archive, set the default language, and then at some point we're gonna have to go through and update the default language for literally every other algorithm. Can't wait, it's gonna be amazing. Okay. Sorry for the yawn, guys. Oh, as far as the next simulation is concerned, the next video and stuff like that that's going to be coming out, I did want to say that I want to do the convolution video this weekend because it's mostly already done, and then I would like to do the next stuff, which is going to be probably Euler methods. So the Gathros mentioned this the other day, but quite frankly, I haven't done any real algorithms in a while, you know? So let's do Euler methods after that. So it'll be convolutions, followed by Euler methods. Then after Euler methods, we want to do, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do with Euler methods, right? So we probably just need to do forward Euler, because if we do backwards Euler, then we have to talk about Gaussian elimination, potentially the tri-diagonal matrix algorithm, this type of thing. So maybe we just move forward with forward Euler, and then we mention backwards Euler and say, hey, we'll talk about this in the future. Then we come back to talk about number theoretic transforms and, you know, kind of move back and forth. The reason I want to talk about number theoretic transforms is, again, because I really want to do the Schoenhagen-Strassen algorithm. It's amazing, and I really like it. And I want it to be like, you know, I don't know, I just want to do it. It sounds amazing. So it's VI code. Where am I? Oh, I'm already here, so let's go into VI book.json. So default equals true. So here I'm going to do, I see what you mean. So let's go ahead and do DD here and paste it here. And let's do, just so that this is clear, let's do D4D and paste this here. Done. Okay. So now the Julia code will be the default. Rank quit. And let's go ahead and do git add book.json. CD chapters. What am I going to do? I'm going to do CD chapters, fundamental algorithms, tree, traversal. Yep, and then I'm going to go into VI code, C++, and what's the last one I want to do? Tree.cpp. Pop down here, except I want to do tree example. There we go, pop down here. And let's just make sure this works. So we're going to do G, and we're just going to say function main, no arguments, and up here. And then we have to create the tree and go from there. So create tree. Do I actually have a create tree function in here? I don't think I do. Nope, I do not. So let's go ahead and do that then. Tree root equals create tree. Oh, wait a minute. Create tree. I won't have enough expertise in some area or topic so that I'd be able to write a book about it and people would actually buy and be very positive about. A book like, a book a la CLRS, Code Complete, the Dragon Books. Basically, if someone asked, can you recommend me a book about topic X, and they'd recommend my book. That's my kind of dream. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling a lot. I really wish that I too was like, how do I put this? I wish that I also had a similar experience. Like I kind of wish the Algorithm Archive was good enough at this point that when people, you know, talk about it, they're like, yeah, this is actually an amazing book that you can use to learn all this kind of stuff, and it's free and open source, and you know, all this kind of stuff. You know, I wish I was better, like every single day. And I know I've mentioned this before on like Twitter and stuff like this, but when I wake up in the morning, my first thought is usually, I need to get better today. You know, like I know this is kind of weird, but like I wake up at like 3 to 5 in the morning, anywhere in this range. This morning I woke up at like 4:30ish, I think, something like that. And then I was trying to catch up on Discord chat. Like that's what I spent all morning doing. But I wake up at like 4:30, and then my first thought is, man, I need to get better today. Like it's not okay. The level, my current level is not okay. I need to get better. And that's what I do every single day. I just, that's my first thought in the morning. I just get out of bed and I try to learn. I try to do more things, you know? And then from there, eventually we get to the point when, I can do something. Quality of actual book is secondary concern. Just get a marketing budget and he'll be there. That is kind of true though. So let's pop down here and let's go ahead and do function. This will be a quick function. That's not how you spell function. Function to create a simple balanced tree. I have a book on derivation physics equations like Einstein field equation, Dirac's equations, and more. I should write it up and publish it. Yeah, sure. I mean, that was what the Gathro said on Discord. So, yeah, I think, I don't know. For me, I love text. I love writing text. I love reading text. This is kind of my favorite thing. If it works for motivation and doesn't, that's probably a good mindset to have. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it gets kind of depressing at times. Because every time I look at people and I'm like, man, they know so much more than I do. What have I been doing with my time such that I'm not as smart as these guys who are equivalent to my age, you know? Like if someone's my age and they know more than I do, I feel bad because it's like, man, I spent all my time learning and I'm still not at their level, you know? And so then that just kind of motivates me to learn more, you know? Okay, let's see, what do we have? Let me grab this. Sorry, my my tablet just went off, so I need to start up the Discord chat again. Okay, they speculate. Unlike you? Maybe. I do speculate, though. So let's do function create tree. Now, I have this called a tree data structure here. Should I call it a tree data structure? No. Ah, yeah, this is the one that I kind of wrote, then Upson changed, and now I can't read it anymore. That's why I don't want to write C++ code anymore, because every time I write C++ code, it gets restylized. And when it gets restylized, I can't read it anymore, because it's not in a mode that I can read it very easily, so then it just becomes hard. So what do I want? I want to do numRows, which is going to be of int, I guess 64. Then we want size t numchild. And we're going to make this of also int 64. And then we're going to end that down here. And there we go. The function is done. Wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to say is, this is actually going to be a node. So we're going to say tree ret. I guess that's the return tree. Yeah, okay. So we're going to say ret num row. What does that mean? What is ret? I didn't say speculate. Oh, they specialize. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Ret. Ret. Dang it. Tree ret num rows. Oh, okay, I see. I see what happened here. So let's pop up here. And let's see. So they have a tree there. But then they have a way to... Okay, so here's that's the thing. So they have a value that they're adding in there. Okay, I see what it is. So let's pop up here. And we have int ID. I need to find a way to initialize this or create the constructor for this. I feel the same way, kind of self-help books. You learn nothing, but feel a bit better for the moment. You're probably much better than them. You are actually doing the work instead of talking BS about it. If I wake up, I realize it's 6:45 and I have to go to school. Then I want to sleep. And if I don't want to sleep, I don't want to go to school, except if we have CS class. Let's see. Over here in the Discord chat, yeah, it'd be so cool to do things you kind of like all day. That actually sounds like a good idea. In terms of writing the book, yeah, that sounds great. So let's get this code done. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do much more than just get the tree traversal stuff done today. I might be able to go ahead and start attacking the convolution stuff, but I think for now, I'm just going to pop down here and get this one done. So we're going to say, here we have create tree, and we're just going to say return tree is going to be equal to node of, I think just node is probably okay. And then down here, we're going to say ret.id is going to be equal to down here, which should be numRow. Okay. We're going to say if numRow equals 0, and up here, return ret, which is just going to be some return value. I realize this is kind of a silly way to do it. For I equals 0, I guess it's 1 to numchild. Then we do end, and we say, I guess it's going to be node, I'm sorry, child is going to be equal to create tree of numRow minus 1, and then numchild. And then we're just going to say, we have to add the child. Dag nabbit. I have to add that function too. So it's going to be add child to ret. Why do we have this std move in there? Man, where was my original code? I just need to look at my original code and then I'll know how to write this. Where's add child? It's just a pushback. It's a pushback and a move. Wait, what? Children.pushback. Yeah, it should just be pushed. 1 second. So it should just be push here, and then we do child. 1 second. And we want to do child on the return tree. And then down here we should just return ret. Something like this, I think. I missed some chat. Let's see, Counter-Strike class. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm in a school where we're trained to become esports players. Good luck, have fun. What do we have over here in the Discord chat? I think we need more people like us, me and you, who learn a lot of field to connect dots, and people who speculate for refining the connections. Specialize. Why do I keep reading that as speculate? VGHS? Of course, what did you thought? Wait, what? Wait, what does VGHS stand for? Very good. Have some. That'd be so cool. Doing something you kind of like all day. I like the range syntax. It's really sensible. It's just like sums, products, and math. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Okay, so let's see if this actually works. I've got a feeling it won't, but let's give it a shot. So we're going to say root is going to be equal to create tree of 3, 3. There's going to be something syntactically that I did wrong. And then I just want to do... See, this is the thing I don't like. It's so hard. Like root.dfs recursive. Why not just do DFS of root? Like, I feel like this is... I don't know. And maybe I'm just being a stack. Like when people change my code to object-oriented code or like more object-oriented code when it wasn't before, I just find it kind of... They took the code that was easy to read and then they make it hard to read, you know? Like, I don't know. That was just, in my opinion, they took something and they made it hard to read when it wasn't to begin with. Oh, you know what? I should take the C code because someone took the C code. So let's run Julia. Tree.jl. Load error. Great. ID after end of expression. VI. Int ID. I need to do that. Julia tree.jl. Extra token ID at the end of expression. While loading. VI tree. That's because I need to do int 64. Try it again. Undefined ID, not defined. Shoot. So let's try line 4. Type node. Shoot. Wait, what do you mean? Please tell me. That was really sensible. It's just like sounds of products. Yeah. You can thank me later for the C code. Yeah, no, I figured it was you, Gathros, but the C code was actually easier for me to read than the C++ code after it was done. Which, again, is why I just decided I'm not going to put C++ code into the algorithm archive, or I will not be writing the C++ code. Because every single time I try to write the C++ code, it gets restylized and people are like, this isn't how you write C++ code. And I'm like, fine, you know? At some point, it's not worth me writing code if that code's just going to get restylized or changed or modified because it apparently isn't clean enough for most people who write C++ code. I'm not saying, I'm not ranting about this. Like, don't get me wrong. It's great that, you know, this is, that people know standard C++ and they're putting it in there. It's just, it's weird to me because oftentimes when they restylize it, they make it very difficult for me to read. And so then it's one of those things that I have to kind of think about. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm kind of, this is a micro rant, right? Because there isn't, this is fine. This is probably okay. And I could just write C code. But anyway, we'll go through. I think Julia is a good choice for now. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to go ahead, quit here. And let me go cd code Julia. That's not how I spell Julia. Julia ls. And let's just do Julia tree.jl. Undefined ID, not defined. It looks like you're defined. Children vector and expression starting on line 4. But I think you're fine. It's right there. Oh, shoot, I forgot a colon. Now let's try it one more time. I'm sorry, juliatree.jl. Okay, that's because I have incorrect comments. Great. So what I'm gonna do then is the following. Let's see if I can do this right. Where's this guy? S. This. Let's see. That. Then I want G. Okay, that looks like, there we go. juliatree.jl. Okay, the next one's on line 10. Function def, okay. While loading project algorithm archive fundamental tree.expression starting on line 10. Vector syntax is discontinued. That's because it should probably be here. And same thing for these guys down here. And this guy here. 1 second, guys. And this guy down here. And down here, this is probably the same thing. Nope, okay. Fixed it by that point. juliatree.jl. Next one's line 34. If size and children. It's length. This also should be length. Make that. I'm sorry. JuliaTree.jl. Type node. Actually, old syntax. Julia uses struct. No? I suppressed you. Oh, you kidding me? I didn't know that. I'll have to take a look into that. While loading Home James Project Algorithm Archive, line 34. 34. That seems, what? No way. How did I get an extra one of those? Okay, fine, fair enough. Make that. No, quit. I keep typing make. You need to output something. Of course you're not outputting anything. Breadth for search Q. What do I need to do? Q for NQ Q print. You should be doing something. Is a tree not being created? Okay, so it's running. Oh, I'm not running main. That's why. Make that. Come on, JuliaTree.jl. Load error. Great. Okay, so what's the issue here? In create tree, line 80. Return node. Let me think. No matching node. Closest candidates are node. Oh, I see the problem here. Okay. We should add the Gathros appreciation banner on stream. That was from the Discord chat. Proper command on the first try, Craigasm. Yeah, my proper command is never on the, I never have the proper command on the first try. So what am I gonna do then? I'm going to fix this up. So that means I have to do, let's take a look at the struct syntax. So struct, Julia. Types, it still says types. And actually, I probably don't need to define this. I could just say, what's probably the best way to do this? No, we probably do need to define it. You don't make a custom constructor. You need to init all the fields. Yeah, I just don't remember how to make a constructor. I always forget. Every single time, I always forget. Yeah. So let me just do type constructor Julia. I know it's easy, I just, every single time. Yep, that's fine. Come on. Okay, ordered pair XY. Nope, I just give me something. Okay, so maybe we try this, something like that. So we're gonna do node. And I guess we want ID, which is an int 64. And then I guess it's gonna be equals new. And we basically want just an empty vector over here. So, and ID, maybe? So if we pop down here, I don't know, we want to return node num row. That's probably not gonna work. Come on. Vector syntax is discontinued. Okay, so this means we want I just don't want to read anything in it. I just want a null vector. Does it? Ah, it does. Okay. So let me see. I just want to be able to. Come on. I just don't want to initialize the vector yet. That's all I want to do. Massacre, what's up? How are you? Seems like 15 or so seconds. Well, hello to Germany then. I know there's a few people from Germany actually on this stream. Okay, so we need to get this done. So let's go ahead and get it done. Okay, so what I need to do then is set this first value to 0. What do I need to do there? I guess I can just do, I mean, it's just an int, right? Oh, but this shouldn't be an int. This should be a vector of node. Are we allowed to do this? I don't think we're allowed to do that. Let me just try over here, dd. Make that juliatree.jl. What does it say? Create tree. Yeah, but I think this is after. So if I just g here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. It compiles, so this should be fine. Okay, so then what do we do over here? So we want, I just want a null node. I don't want anything in that node. Man, how did I do this before? I've done this before. Where would that be? It's probably on GitHub somewhere. Oh, the Julia skill pill. That's where I would have done this. So let's look at my GitHub profile real quick. See if I actually have anything here. I might not be able to pull it out. Let me just load more here. Non-adiabatic. No. Skill pill Julia. Fantastic. So then I want to go to examples. I should have a... Here are all the examples we've done in Julia so far. Poor. I don't know why it's called poor. Split op. Data structures. Binary trees. So let's see. We had type B tree. Oh yeah, we had to do all this nonsense to get it to work. That's why I didn't want to use... crap. Okay, so we had to create an abstract type, which was B tree. And then we had to say that we had this type binary tree within this abstract type binary tree, and then we could define left and right as the abstract type binary tree. That's what we had to do for this to work. But then I didn't ever have to initialize it because I could just say, so then I also defined a type empty that was within binary tree. And then I could say that, yeah, okay, that's what I had to do. Oh my gosh. This is why I just wanted to use pseudocode, because you don't have to mess with any of this kind of stuff. Okay, well, let's get the Julia code working then. Okay. 1 second. Apparently, my tablet thought I said, okay, Google. Wait, why don't we have to do this? We had to do it for the binary tree, definitely. But maybe they changed things since then. Because now we have children vector node, which is allowed. We just have to create the special constructor in here. So if we have... Actually, I'm not sure. Let me get some water. Okay. Let's try to redo this down here. Okay, let's try that. So we'll say, sorry, we will try node with an int, ID of int 64, and we will try to initialize this as new vector of node here. 1 second, and then we'll try ID. Okay, then if we pop down here, in principle, it should be okay. Load error. What's the load error this time? No method matching push. Node. Push onto the return. No method matching push node. Create tree. Is this in create tree? Let's see, where are we? Yep, we're in Create Tree 88. I know where it's talking about. It's talking about this guy right here. I just read the blurb on multiplication. Now I really want to see you do Schönhage-Strassen. I didn't realize you could optimize multiplication so much, and it's still getting optimized. Yeah, there's actually some really cool stuff. Push return. Ah, shoot, you're right, Gustorn. Thanks. Yeah, you're right. Let's try this again. Q not defined. Fantastic. That's because of my own mistake up here. Oh, wait, what? Q not defined. Q. I defined it right there. Oh, it's because I have to do Q equals Q of node, and should be the same thing up here, except I think this has to be RS, change this to the appropriate parentheses, and change this to this guy here. No. Julia, tree.jl. Q not defined. Great. Okay, so what is it actually called then? Tree, stack, and Q. Ah, it's capital Q. Of course it's capital Q, because it's Julia. I don't know why I thought it was anything different. Okay, capital Q. RQ. And of course it's going to have to be R. S. And I know that there's a particular character, julietree.jl. One of these days, you need a stack node. Maybe, let's see. Q node. Oh yeah, you're probably right about that. Yep, I will agree with you there. Let's try this. Another load error. Let's see what this one is. Breadth first search Q 66. Q node Q. It still doesn't like that. No method matching data structures. Q node backtrace. Node algorithm archive chapters fundamental. I think I just did that. Gustorn. Okay, Thornforge, to your comment, this guy, Volkner Strassen, as I mentioned yesterday, has some really cool stuff. He also did the matrix multiplication algorithm, which is really cool. This is the first algorithm ever to take an n cubed process and drop it under n cubed for matrix multiplication. And I thought it was really, really cool. I still haven't fully understood it. I just think it's really cool that the same guy who came up with this multiplication algorithm also came up with the integer multiplication algorithm. I just thought it was really cool when I read about that. Okay, what do we have then? No method matching data structures Q, node, backtrace. Let's see what we have. So if we go, dang, that was the one I needed. That's why I hate using mice. Stack, int. I see the problem. I'm being an idiot. I had it right up here for this stack, and then I thought I was wrong, but I think I was right before. So let's run julietree.jl. And let's see, what's the problem? Line 51 now. We're getting there. That's different. 51. Stack S. What? While loading in expression line 51. X equals stack. Oh, yep. I screwed up that parentheses. Make that. Using Discord. Wait, what do we have here? I'm over on the Discord chat now. I think we need to add the Gustorn. Yes. Oh, the Gathros. Push child window. Using Discord as a chat substitute again. Maybe this is a VIP Twitch chat. Oh, right, Katie. Good. Okay, everything seems up to date there. Make is obviously not a real command. Okay, let's get this done. 68. Temp equals node. That's because I have to initialize it. So if we do temp equals node of... Do I actually need... Maybe I don't actually need this line. Maybe I can get away without it. Great. All right. Fantastic. It did something. Print line. And then we're going to go down here to... What are we looking for? I just need to go to all the prints. Print here. Print there. Print line there. And what else do we have? Print line. Next. Print line. Next. I should just replace all the prints with print line, but I'm too dedicated now. I'm like already going through and doing it manually. So I feel like it's too late. I could have done that more efficiently, but I didn't. Okay. Then if I go to the stack, I can remove this guy here. And in principle, it should work. Let me see. So 3, 2, 2, 2. Then we should have 9 ones and then a whole bunch of zeros. Is this correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to guess that we have 27 zeros after that. But let's check with another value here. So we want to do 3. Let's do 2. And let's do juliatree.jl. 2, 1, 1, 1, then 9 zeros. I'm okay with this. This seems to be working. So now let's try for Death for Search stack, just to make sure it also works. So juliatree.jl. Great, load error. Okay, let's go to 58. Push child. Of course, because it's going to be s dot. What am I looking for? N dot children. Child. And we're going to make that 2. Let me see. Oh, it's apparently x equals stack node. Yep. I've got a feeling I'm stuck somewhere. I mean, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty certain that I'm stuck somewhere. Okay, let's control C. Let's see, what do we have here? While length s is equal to 0, print line top sq, temp equals pop s, for child and temp children, push n child. Yep, you're totally right. I don't know why I thought it was n children. I don't know what I was doing. 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. Yep, this is correct for Death for Search. So now let's try the final one, which will be Death for Search recursive. And let's run this. 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. Correct, correct, correct. Everything is correct. So now what I want to do is an extra, I guess just a print line in here, or something like print line using recursive DFS. Something like this should work. Yep. Yank. Paste. And then we're going to say using stack paste. Sure. And then we're going to say using Q based breadth for search. Okay, and we're going to say creating a tree. One second. Creating tree. Okay, something like this. We did it, Reddit. I'm so sorry. For some reason, I had a lot of trouble with that. It took me literally an hour to do that. Leos is a bad guy after all. Discord chat saying I'm a bad guy. Why? What I'm looking for. Child. Oh. Okay, so let's just add in some spaces here. There. Just, whatever. And now we have the Julia code written, and let's just do Q. Why did I do Q? I don't know. CD dot dot. CD dot dot. And let's go into vi tree traversal dot md. And let's go ahead and add in the Julia code. So there's a lot of Julia code to add in. So we're going to do yank to yank, paste. And let's pop up here to the top. And let's do it. So we're going to do... How about we say here's Julia code for all of these guys. So I'm just going to do, let's do :s. That's not what I meant. :s. You know what I mean. PSEUDO with Julia space G up here to the top, and change this one to Julia code. Okay, so now let's knock this out. So set number, and what we want to do is 4 to 8. I guess it's JL, and then we're going to do 4 to 8. And it's going to be language Julia. Okay, and since you guys were so adamant against having pseudocode at all in the text, should we just go ahead and change all of these pseudocode examples, if there are pseudocode examples, like down here, for Scratch into Julia? That's my question. Should we go ahead and do that? I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I think we can or we can't. It's totally up to you guys. Sample language down here. So now the next one is going to be depth first search recursive, I bet. Yep, simple depth first search. So then this guy is going to be from 11 to 18. And then we're going to do Julia, tree.jl, and that should be okay. So we're going to do yank to yank. You say yes, I'm for it. Okay, so I'll update that too. And then we got to go through and do all the other languages, or all the other algorithms, but we'll get there. So depth first search, recursive post order, that is correct. So we're going to do this. So depth first search, recursive post order 21 through 29. And then the last one, we have a couple more to do here. So then we're going to pop down here for this guy over here, and this should be depth first search recursive in order, which will be 33 through 47. Okay, true language Julia. Yep, that's correct. So yank to yank. And then we have to do the same thing down here for this is, I think, breadth first search. Oh no, this is the stack one. Oh, what? You that. Shoot, I keep screwing this one up. Just want to do yank to yank. Come on, dog. Paste it down here. And then this is going to be the... I've done post order, so now we have to do the last guys, which is going to be, I think, here, depth first search stack and breadth first search queue. So this is going to be 50 through 61. And then the last one's going to be, looks like 64 through 75. 64 through, I said 75. And then finally, I have to go down here and add it to the simple languages here. So let's go ahead and paste it here. Let's add in yank yank Julia. Julia, and then we're going to just pop down here and we're going to say, starting from 1 minus. So this should work when we write it, and we'll check to see what happens. Over here, tree traversal. So give it a second to update. One second. Okay, so this, the vi book.json. It says that there's a problem. Oh, that's the problem. Gitbook serve. Okay, so what do we have? But include a comment that it's Julia code. I find it somewhat weird that Vim is putting the deleted stuff on your Vim clipboard. It's often just not useful. Wait, what do you mean? Okay. It's pretty useful for me. Function sudo.sudo. Project algorithm archive chapters function fundamental tree traversal code. Okay, 1 second. I know we're getting rid of that, but oh, did I move? Oh shoot, I might have just screwed something up. Yep, I did screw something up. So let me do git checkout. Then we want to do sudo tree dot sudo ls sudo. I know we're removing the pseudocode, but at least it's still there. Now we need to go into over here, and let's go ahead and update all the other languages too while we're at it. It'd be nice if the clipboard can just be written by the yank commands. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of the how do I put this? I'm kind of a fan of when you delete lines, it appearing in the clipboard. I think that's quite useful. I use it almost all the time. Okay, so then basically anytime we have Julia and it's not Julia, we need to put Julia in there. So yank here, paste it down here, and then we want to dd there, and it should be 3 to 8. So cd into Julia, and let's go into vi tree.jl. Yep, so this should be 3 to 8. I just need to grab an additional line, so let's go ahead and write that. And let's just see, there's another one down there. So yink, paste. Okay, so let's do it. Julia, there, next. Okay, so let's do it. Yink, and paste down here. And this time it's going to be 10 to 18. And delete that one. And I think we're going to have to do another yank here and paste down here. Yep. Okay, so now let's look for the next Julia. There. And then I think all of these guys are Julia. Yep, so let's go ahead and do yank here. And paste here. Oop, that was not the paste I meant to do. Yank. And paste. And then I want to do 20. That also was not what I meant to do. There we go, got it. DD. So I want to yank. And then paste here, and there. And then remove, sorry, this one, and that one. That should be correct. Okay, on to the next one. And this is going to be similar to the one we had before, so let's go ahead and yank this. And we're going to paste it here, there, oop, there, and there. And remove DD there, oop, wrong one, there, and here. And we have to remove changes to 32. So R2. Okay, next one. This one looks like, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and yank here. And let's see, where's the other Julia? There is a Julia down there for scratch. Paste there. Changes to 49. DD there. And then we're almost done. We just have to do it for breadth first search too. And I think there's only one for breadth first search. Let's go ahead and yank here and paste here. Okay, done. And this is going to be 63. And I think, yeah, the rest is the example code. So let's write that and let's make sure it works. So I missed some chat. So let me see, what do we have here? I find it somewhat weird. If you DD a line, you get it in the clipboard. It would be nice if the code can just be written by yank commands. Fair enough, but often it's also confusing. There should be something like Control X, or because DD is basically something like an actual delete. D is actually Control X. Yeah, I just used del to delete. Yeah, delete, but no clue if that's the intended Vim way. Have to try it. Delete is slow for most stuff by Vim standards. Just something like RD to delete the whole line, and then the other stuff as well. Okay, so let's take a look here. So Julia's there for, it looks like it's all there. It's all color coded. Great, we just checked it. It does work. Example code. Ah, my gosh, I just realized something. I'm gonna have to do one thing really quick. So what I want to do is, let's just cp tree.jl to tree example.jl, and let's go into vi tree example.jl, and let's just remove some stuff here. One second. Almost done. I think maybe that was it. Yep, that's it. And then we go over here, and instead of reading in the just Julia tree.jl, we do tree example. Okay, so that should be done there. So now let's check the other languages after it refreshes, and the tree traversal is done again. And then we have to do all the other languages, but that's okay because for the most part, the other ones aren't as tricky. So I think it should be okay. And again, as I said before, I have the Julia code for most of this available. The Gathros asks, do you use a desktop environment or is it just a Windows manager? I just use a Windows manager. It's OpenBox. That's what I use. Okay. So let's see. What do we have? Let's go ahead and just check. Any of these, I guess? JavaScript. Yep, this has not been implemented. Here's pseudocode. I should say Julia code. I thought I changed that. Struct node. That's definitely the Julia code. So let's go into tree.jl. The heck? I thought I changed all the pseudocodes to Julia. I thought I did that. Well, let's do it again, I guess. S P S E U D O to Julia space G. Okay, there we go. Right, quit. Outside of that, it looks like it's doing everything just fine. Depth first search recursive. If wait, why is the spacing weird? The heck? Depth first search recursive. The heck? Why is the spacing weird? Oh, that's for JavaScript. Okay, that's the JavaScript code. Fair enough. I recently switched from OpenBox to i3. It's I'm glad you like it, T2 Designator. So let me also fix that code then. Function depth first search stack. This assumes only 2 children. That's the Julia code, pretty sure. This assumes only 2 children. Oh, I see the problem. So then what I need to do is for that one, let me think. It should be the in order one. JuliaTree.jl. And which one is that one? Is it this one? Post order, in order. Yeah, this is probably this one. So let's go ahead and subtract 1 from all of these guys. So we're going to do R2 and then R1. Right, that. Okay, when I got to get rid of a line without it ending up on my clipboard, I do Shift V and then delete, but that's definitely hacking and gross. Yeah, I don't know the best way to do that one. Depth first search recursive. Yep, that is the JavaScript version. So let me also fix that while we're at it. Right, and quit. CD, actually, VI JavaScript. And we want to do treeexample.js and this guy. Okay, great. And I think this is basically done for what we want it for. Let's pop down here. This has not been implemented in your language. Yep, great. So I think this is that. Took me a while. I apologize for that. So let's do git add dot get status. Okay, it says new file, code Julia tree example, tree traversal.md, modified book.json. I apparently forgot to add that. So let's go ahead and do git add book.json. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm sorry it took the whole time to do this. I was expecting it to take a little bit shorter time, but hey, we got something working. So git commit -m, adding Julia code to tree traversal and removing pseudocode. Git push origin master, and this should work right out of the box. It should be okay. So we should have it updated pretty soon, and that should be about it. So that will be it for today's episode. Again, we have a lot of updating to do. I need to basically put the Julia code in for all of the previous simulations and all the previous algorithms that we had. But we'll do that in due time. That's a good kind of side project to be working on. If I don't have anything to do for stream one day, I might just do that. And I think that is it for the day. So guys, tomorrow will come in. I have to do some quick stuff for the visualization for convolutions. So I'm probably gonna do that again tomorrow. I'm sorry that we've been doing just visualizations and writing. But after that's done, I'd like to move on to number theoretic transforms or maybe Euler methods, something like that. But we have stuff to do, definitely stuff to do, and I will do my best to be streaming every day, except for weekends from now on. Where weekends I'll probably have to be working on YouTube content. But to be fair, this weekend I could probably stream because the YouTube content is mostly done. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, thank you so much for coming in. Have a great day, night, afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it happens to be your time. And I will see you around next time for the next episode of Simuleos. When we work on some more visualizations, then maybe work on something new. I don't know. We got everything kind of sort of in the air right now, but we got stuff to do. All right. that's about it. So thanks guys so much for coming in. Yep, there we go. Thanks guys so much for coming in, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.